Well, he was right on the first challenge. I think he's going to be incorrect on this challenge.
Yep.
To be a little wide. Well, it's an interesting game, this one, isn't it? Because he is mixing up the height and the speed, and Kwon has just started to make a couple of unforced errors.
He's throwing it up there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Quite off pace.
He obviously couldn't go with his opponent toe-to-toe, so he's looking to change it up, looking to slow everything down. Well, this is a good start from the Swede, and an important break of serve going his way.
Well, that was I mean, I guess it was a smart, trying something different. It was hard to see how when you're emotionally out of a tennis match you can turn things around, but obviously he was sort of almost disengaging from that set and understanding that he's going to try and lock in at the start of the second. He did that really well, and as we saw, it just threw up a lot of soft balls. We thought it was going to be costly because most players, if you threw those soft flighted balls in the middle of the court, they'd get dealt with pretty well, but Kwon, he struggled, didn't he? He made a couple of unforced errors, and
yeah, he's very much more engaged now.
Yeah, it takes a different shape, doesn't it? How quickly. And I guess this will be the proof in the pudding, and one of this service game, the next couple of service games, will that style continue? Kwon was back to business, and there was Ymer just retrieving. I think that style's not going to hurt. That's going to hurt him big time. Good ball striking.
Well, the key for his success, Kwon, surely will be just to keep his baseline position, take the ball on the rise, and if he gets a chance of a slightly shorter ball, move in, give it some stick.
And when he's doing that, Ymer moves well. He's all back foot. Never actually tries to force himself on the front foot and take on the exchange.
Mr. Ymer John call on the left near sideline, ball's called in. Love foot. Mr. Ymer has one challenge remaining.
Well, that's out, and he's getting almost out of challenges already in this set. Ymer, he's got one left. Only 2 games into the second set.
And Jeff, when you look at his backhand, and we might see it throughout the, when he's in the next rally exchange, he generally goes to the back foot, and then when he plays that shot, he starts. So he keeps pushing himself further behind the baseline, gives up way too much territory for mine.
You can see on the left of the screen the challenges remaining, 2 for Kwon, 1 for his opponent. Not winning many points when they go in, as opposed to Kwon, who is. So it's not so much a matter of how many first serves go in, it's a matter of how many points you win when they go in. That's the key statistic. Interesting colour shoes. It's a beautiful strike. He's got oodles of power off the back of the court.
Hasn't he? He's got sneaky power. You don't realise that the balls, he can generate that type of speed.
Well, the Korean has his man covered in every aspect at the moment.
14.
Drop shots, not
Game on.
big hitting from Kwon. He is seemingly in charge. A set and 2-1. Let's have a look at the outback of South Australia. There's so many parts of Australia. We've got some interesting outback scenery, but I think in South Australia it's as good as anywhere. Spectacular. Lots of wildlife. This is an area I think a painter would just love to paint a landscape such as that. Of course, the setting sun of the Flinders Ranges, perhaps, it's just magnificent. And a part of SA, I'm sure you've frequented, Roger?
Yeah, the outback is one of my favourite places, and more importantly, not what happens daytime, it's what happens during the night. You know, the night sky.
A billion lights.
Oh, it is. I mean, if you can get that and take a look at that, that's one of the beauties of the world. Night skies, where you get to see all the lights, all the stars.
Kwon looking as if he's very much in control at the moment.
He did a good job, didn't he, Kwon, from after losing that very first game. He didn't panic, just stayed the course and put his game on display straight away again, early in that second game, and it's almost, we feel like things are back to where they were after the first set. Interesting to see what game comes off the Swedes' racket here. And there's a serve you're talking about, Jeff. A high percentage in, but that ball was virtually rolled into the middle of the court, and for a first serve, that's never going, well, even for a second serve, it's not going to cut the mustard.
It's just a lightweight against a heavyweight at the moment. It's Kwon throwing all the punches and Ymer having to defend. And you feel like the knockout blow is not too far away. He's looking for help, advice, something.
Yeah. We'd probably start with a serve. Maybe hit your serve. That might help. And if you're going to hit a slow serve, at least hit it to some place in the court. You know, look like there's some purpose behind it.
42 points to 17 at the moment. That's one-way traffic.
Yeah, mentally, this is it's a poor display mentally from a man who's inside the top 100. You work so hard to get to these positions. I don't get it. Not easy, Jeff, to break into the top 100, and when you're really, you know, it's not like you can see big transition into the top echelon where you're going to comfortably stay there year on year. So these moments, they are big. Forget the Australian Open next week. This is his big moment.
He has all the answers at the moment, Kwon. It's his big moment. He says, I want this. It's the quarterfinals. I want to make sure that I make my way into the semi-finals, and he's very much on the way there.
He is indeed, and what he's done is he's identified what's happening on the other side of the court, has done so easily, and has just kept the foot down. Not sure what his coaching staff could possibly.
Ranking is 67. That was in March 2020, Ymer, which was sort of comment.
Kwon.